Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of... Oh, no, this is for, April 2025. You have this card that says Surrender to the Divine. You also have this card that says The End of a Tough Cycle Approaches, which is great. You could be ending a difficult period of time in your life. I think we all kind of need to surrender to the divine right now, in the sense that we really need to trust our intuition. We have so much energy in Pisces, and that Pisces energy, even though a lot of it will be gone in April, if you're watching this early in March, when I publish it, then I would definitely say, and even through April, again, I always tell people, just because a planet has left a sign doesn't mean that you're done working with the energy. A planet goes through the sign, you learn whatever you need to learn, and then you keep implementing it. So just because some of those planets will be leaving Pisces doesn't mean that you're done working with it, right? And again, I would be trusting your intuition, all the typical Pisces stuff, right? And you even have the High Priestess showing up here, right here in your reading. So I would be like listening to your dreams, your daydreams, all that other good stuff, and I feel things will go well if you do that. You have the Queen of Wands. I think, real quick, I feel like you need to move in this direction towards the Ten of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands is very bold. She needs to be bold and assertive and really go for what she wants. And she's really my card of marching to the beat of your own drum, doing your own thing in life. She has this black cat right here. And black cats during the times of tarot were considered unlucky. The whole point of the black cat is she doesn't care. She's going to do what she wants to do, and she just likes having a black cat. That's it. And so I feel that you need to kind of do what you want to do in your life without worrying too much about what people have to say about it with this Queen of Wands energy. And you need to be bold and assertive to do that. Not really a love reading, but it is popping into my head that if you want love, the Queen of Wands is a card of seduction. And so she would say, and it doesn't matter what gender you are, she would say you need to get out there, get attention, you need to stand out. And, so I'm just saying, if you want love, that's what I would be doing with the Queen of Wands. You have the Page of Pentacles. I mean, we're all learning new things. The world, we are, I'm convinced we're in the new earth, the new world. There's the whole theory that we're about to enter into a new world. You have the world at the end. I think we're already in it. I think what we have to do is learn. And I think we have to fill the world with better ideas in general. So, I think a lot of you Gemini people could be working on new ideas for the world, or new ideas for yourself that could affect the world. Maybe you don't realize it, like how, they always say that plenty of people that, really didn't have a lot of power made big differences in the world, like Gandhi, right? I'm not saying that you're like Gandhi here, Gemini, but, you never know. You could be making some, small moves in life that actually create a big impact. And I don't know, that's what's popping into my head with the Page of Pentacles. I just say whatever pops into my head. So there you go. Next, you have the Queen of Swords. Really interesting, because a lot of people have had the Queen of Swords in this set of readings. I'm almost done with this set of readings, and it's come up a lot. So it kind of makes sense. Whenever we get to the end of a Mercury retrograde, which it will be ending in the month of April, even though we won't clear the shadow till later, even though it won't end till the beginning, the second week of April, or whenever it is, usually after a retrograde, we gain a lot of clarity. During a retrograde, we can gain a lot of clarity because we can be revisiting old ideas, we can be reprocessing the information, and that can bring a lot of clarity into our life. And for you, I feel this is clarity on your Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it, but it does mean that you can see it. With having the Ten of Pentacles in a reading, it means that you understand what it looks like to have your Ten of Pentacles, and seeing it is like half the battle. Like, once you see it, you can start making it happen. Now, we do go up to the Eight of Swords, which is a little bit of a stuck energy. The Eight of Swords has a very easy solution, though. It just says you're looking at this problem only one way. You need to open up to all the ways that you can accomplish your Ten of Pentacles. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. I would be very careful of burdens. I do feel some signs it just seems like they're more burdened than others. And these burdens could be other people's BS, right? So Ten of Wands sometimes I feel asks us to just pause, to take a look at all our responsibilities and to just say, is this mine or is this someone else's? And if you can remove responsibilities or burdens that do not belong to you, then I would with the Ten of Wands. The lighter we can make that load, the better. He is about to have a harvest. So the Ten of Wands is kind of a good card, but again, sometimes to have a harvest, we have to lighten the load so we can get to our home in the background here. And that's what I would do there, Gemini, for sure. You have the Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. I don't know, I'm just going to list them all off, apparently. You have the Page of Pentacles, again, so you have this card twice. Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness and learning as much as you can. So I would learn as much as you can about your Ten of Pentacles, even if you think your dream is impossible or your Ten of Pentacles is possible. Again, I would go nuts with the Ten of Pentacles. I encourage everyone to do this because of Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is the big impossible dream. One of the first times in a very long time, we also have Saturn there. So with Saturn and Neptune in Pisces at the same time, it's like Neptune is normally the impossible dream in Neptune and Pisces, but with Saturn, it's like if you put the work in, you can have it. So I encourage everyone to go nuts. And even if you only get like 10% of the way there, it might make your life so much better that it will be worth it, right? So I'm a big believer in the saying, I think it's Les Brown who says it's better to aim high and miss than it is to aim low and hit, right? So I encourage people to go nuts right now with what they want to accomplish. And maybe you don't get that crazy ass dream, but if you get close, it would probably be better than what you originally wanted, right? With the Queen of Swords, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is about alchemy, turning one thing into another. Temperance really says that only you can turn your situation around. And only you can, overcome that Eight of Swords and realize that there are many ways to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish right now. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Fear of Failure card. It says your fear of failure can be very crippling, especially when it keeps you from even trying. Sorry, I took a Benadryl last night because my allergies are horrendous right now, and it's clearly it's affecting my reading ability, right? You have this Decision card. It says the first step to achieving your dream is committing to making them a reality. Yes, but we literally just said that. So committing to the dream or committing to the Ten of Pentacles is what this reading is asking you to do. A lot of fears of failure. Part of me thinks that Pluto and Capricorn, it's like Pluto and Capricorn is relatively challenging. Pluto has a highly elliptical orbit. So like if this is the Earth, it's like Pluto comes very close to the Earth, and by close I mean still very far away, but close to Earth when it's in Capricorn. And when it moves into Aquarius, it starts going way, way out, right? And it takes a very long time. Pluto, for the most part, spends 20 years in a sign. It spends 30 years in Taurus, right? That's the longest that it spends in a sign. So it takes a very long time for it to move away. The good news is Pluto is moving away. It's in Aquarius. The bad news is it was in Capricorn, which I think kind of brought up some fears of failure for people, which we could be feeling still, even though it's moving out. So definitely something that we all have to overcome. You have the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit is I think something that people are also dealing with. The Hermit has been through a dark night of the soul. He's been through something very difficult. He's standing at the top of this mountain, and he's shining his inner light. But he's in isolation. I think when we've been hurt or we've been through something very difficult, it's kind of tempting to stay in isolation because nothing can get you at the top of this mountain. And so it's very tempting to just stay in that position. But really, I think with Pluto in Aquarius, like I said, it's time for us to shine our light, all of us. And so I feel it's time for you to kind of like come down from the mountain and shine your inner light. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, Ten of Pentacles is probably something you want. Ten of Pentacles kind of is a big picture card because we have this family, all the generations of the family, the two dogs, they're inside this castle. It's raining money on them with these 10 Pentacles. And so they kind of like have it all, right? I think for really what the Ten of Pentacles is meant to represent is like us, the person I'm reading for, having the vision of what the Ten of Pentacles would be for you if you had it. And then what we have to do with the Ten of Pentacles is we have to start making it happen. We have to start working towards creating that dream life or that ultimate vision of our life. And a lot of people have been getting this right now. I blame Uranus and Taurus. I think Uranus and Taurus, even though Uranus will be leaving Taurus towards the end of the year or at the end of the year, I think that it wants us to have true freedom in life. And usually if we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have true freedom. So like a lot of us, everybody is being asked to create their Ten of Pentacles on Earth right now. And that's what the universe is asking you to do. With the Page of Pentacles, there's an alternative meaning to the Ten of Pentacles, which is hidden or secret information. And it's not that it's hidden or secret. And this card is also connected to the High Priestess, which is also secrets. But again, the secrets on the High Priestess are only a secret because she's not looking behind the curtain. The Ten of Pentacles, there's this man here, this older man. He's the part of the card that represents your inheritance, but he can also, the alternative meaning is that he represents a beggar who is coming and giving this family a gift. They just had a child, and he's bringing them a gift. And so it kind of represents receiving something from an unlikely source. And with, High Priestess, Page of Pentacles, I would be looking at everything you can for learning and applying it. I think Gemini is very good at doing this. It's like you could be, maybe you're trying to, build your business and you're reading like a cookbook. Those two things are very different, but like maybe the cookbook gives you an idea for the business, right? And so that's how we can, we are humans. We have great brains. We can make connections between two very different things. That is your superpower, Gemini. We've been talking about this for weeks. I would be looking at the connections your brain is making, or I would just tell your brain, I need to make a connection so I can make this thing in my life successful. And I feel that this is encouraging you. And the past like 3 readings have basically said you need to be using your superpower, right? And that's what I would do. You have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness. So Queen of Pentacles, she might not have the resources necessary to build the Ten of Pentacles. Like she might not have the money, but she will do it in whatever way she possibly can. That includes like maybe just scripting, journaling. Like maybe she has nothing at all, period. And so maybe the first step that she can take to live her dream is to write about it, right? And if that's all she can do, she will start there. And then after she's been writing for a while, she might take another small step and start building, And so the Queen of Pentacles is really about doing what you can with what you got. And I would encourage you to do that here, Gemini, for sure. Especially with this reading. I don't think you're going to have to start that small, although I'm a big fan of scripting. So there you go. With the Hermit, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes, needing to get out of hermit mode, needing to step into the world, needing to get out of isolation for sure. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Star. Amazing. Again, Star is big picture. Almost every single person in this set of readings has also had the Star. Star is a top-down view. We have this bird here, and that bird represents the ibis. It's a bird of knowledge and wisdom, and it represents getting a bird's eye view on whatever you're working on. So, looking at the big picture and then taking the steps you can is what you need to do. The Star is also about your beliefs. She is pouring this water onto land here, and it's flowing out into the world. And that water comes from the pool of universal consciousness. And so what it says is what's possible for one person is possible for anyone. So if you want to do something that someone has done, you can do it. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, moving on to calmer shores. This is about creating small improvements based off of all 12 of these cards right here. Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores, but I feel based off the cards you have, you're going to be doing that by creating those small wins, those small improvements every single day. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Moon Memories card. It says the past on it. You have this Moon Dance card. It says celebration on it. I feel a lot of people are releasing the past with these retrogrades and eclipses. Whenever we have Mercury retrograde and 2 eclipses, it's kind of definitely about releasing the past. And you really could be celebrating like freedom because of it. You have the Eight of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the High Priestess. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction, and so if you're feeling stuck or like you can't do something, the Eight of Swords says that you might only be looking at one way to do things when there are many. So I would stay open to the possibilities with the Eight of Swords. I would stay flexible as well in how you accomplish things. I really don't think you have a hard time with this at all, Gemini. It's like, do I really need to say this? Probably not, but I would just stay flexible. And if you are feeling stuck, which everybody can feel stuck from time to time, just realize that all you have to do is maybe make an unrelated connection. Like I said earlier, maybe you need to start researching something else that's related to what you're doing, and that might give you the answers you need to set yourself free. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about going on an adventure, being enthusiastic. He is very carefree in a good way. He is just excited or feeling enthusiastic about the new adventure he's about to go on. He doesn't really attach too much to the outcome, right? It's not that he doesn't care how he accomplishes something, he's just not worried about it. And I feel that would be very helpful for you, to just not, don't worry so much about how you're going to get somewhere that you're going. It's more about the journey. Basically, he says, enjoy the process. The more you can enjoy the process and not take it too seriously, the better. I always tell a story, 4.5 years before I had this channel, I was just sitting in my room doing nothing, literally. And I had a big business failure when I was younger, and I just sat, after that, I was just in my head constantly. And I had a lot of ideas, and some of them I would work on, but every idea I would ruin, because I would kind of say to myself, this needs to go this way, and if it doesn't, it's not working. Some of the things I worked on, they were working, but I just wouldn't allow it to work because it didn't work how I wanted it to work, right? And so the Page of Wands says, instead of doing that, instead of being like me, can you just allow? Can you just allow something to go in a direction and just, follow it through? The reason this channel worked is because, I didn't care. That does not mean I do not care about this channel, but I was just doing it because I needed something to do. And it was a hobby. It was fun for me. I still enjoy it over 10 years later doing it on YouTube. And, I just didn't care how it went. That's why this worked, right? And so I think that the Page of Wands is saying the less you care, and it doesn't mean you don't care. There's a big difference, right? It's not about not caring. It's about not caring. I know that those two things sounded the same, but they don't. They're not. So there you go. You have the the High Priestess. Very intuitive time right now. We really need to pay attention to our messages, our synchronicities, the things that we're seeing, the things that we're hearing, not literally, but hearing as in intuitively hearing. I really feel it would be an amazing time for you to learn about secrets. If you don't know something about something, research it, learn about it, see where it goes, right? Look into the mystery, look behind the curtain, see how the sausage is made, right? That's what that card is saying. You have, with the Eight of Swords, you have the Three of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Three of Wands, all about expansion right now. Jupiter's still in your sign until June. So, anything you can do to expand, grow, learn, all that will increase your value. Nine of Wands definitely says don't give up on something with that Eight of Swords. Again, the Eight of Swords can sometimes make you feel like you want to give up, but really the Nine of Wands is the card of experimentation. Nine of Wands is the card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, which I think would be very valuable for you right now, especially if you're trying to get something to work in your life. And that's really what I would pay attention to, is just trying new things and experimenting. With the Page of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups, a little bit of love. We talked about this at the beginning of the reading, how it's not really a love reading, but there are some kind of clues, like the Queen of Wands. So, are you super focused on love this month? Probably not, but, there definitely could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for those of you that want it. The thing is that we have the World, and we also have the Knight of Swords. They're both coming up in the good stuff, so it's going to be good, but the World could definitely say you're attracted to someone at a distance, or who you would have to travel for or move for, but you do have the Knight of Swords in the good stuff, so you absolutely could be moving to be with this person, or you could travel to see this person if that's the case. With the High Priestess, you have the Tower. Actually, not bad, because the Tower can represent a light bulb moment. Now, here's where this is going to be challenging for you. I'm not going to sugarcoat what I'm about to say for you, Gemini. You might have to go back to the drawing board, right? You might be working in one direction, Eight of Swords. You are fixed in one direction. Not always a bad thing, but maybe it's not working. Sometimes I feel the Tower can come up where we have a light bulb moment, but it's a little bit of a pain in the ass because we might have to start over, right? I'm not saying, I don't really see you starting over, but kind of. It's maybe you've been working on a project or a business or a career direction for a long time, and now you are having a light bulb moment. You're learning about the secrets, like we said, and maybe you're realizing what the reality is. The whole point of the Tower is that these people are coming down to reality. They are seeing things for how they actually are. And again, at least you'll be moving in a good direction. At least you'll be moving in the right direction. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Aries card. It says take the lead. You also have the Emperor, which pretty much is the same thing. It says don't wait for others to light the way. It's your time to step up and take the lead. You have this exchanging gifts card. It says there's a dance of give and take. What you give, you will get back. Yes. So, again, I think taking the lead in a new direction is really what this is talking about in this reading. You have the World, the Knight of Swords, and the Emperor. The World is like an accomplishment or an achievement. So you could be accomplishing a lot at this time, or you could be, you clearly are focused on some sort of accomplishment with the Ten of Pentacles. I do consider the last row to be a future position. So it's like, the way I read is I put myself in your shoes. And I just try to focus in on your energy. It's like, do I feel like you're accomplishing something right this second? No, but I feel like you're moving in the right direction. Kind of like I said with the Tower. It might be a little bit surprised. You might have to reinvent some things you're working on, or move in a new direction, or kind of start over. It's kind of like you're going back to the drawing board a little bit. But, I think this will happen quickly. Like once you start working in the right direction. You have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, I normally say don't be too hasty, don't move too quickly, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So you could be making some really quick moves. And I do feel like, again, if you are going back to the drawing board, that you actually will build this, the new direction up very quickly. It's not going to take the same amount of time that it did for you to build whatever you've been building all along. So I think you need to realize that. And it's not going to take forever. So just think about that. I also do think that there could be a person, again, maybe in the future. It doesn't really feel like a love reading to me. That's why I'm saying this, but the person is showing up. So this could be a person where you get into a relationship in the future. And, it could be something that moves very quickly, which could be a good sign. It could say that it's moving quickly because it's good, just plain and simple. You have the Emperor. The Emperor is also about Aries, also about taking the lead. The Emperor is ready to go at a moment's notice. He has this armor on underneath his cloak, which says that he's ready to go at a moment's notice. But he's not stressing out. He's sitting here on his throne, and he's getting ready to take action. And when an opportunity presents itself, he will take action. So, again, I think that you are kind of in the sit and wait period, although it's showing up in the good stuff. So you're probably taking action now. The Emperor could also be you attracting an Emperor if you're looking for love. Yes, with the World, you have the Ten of Pentacles. I literally connected those two earlier. I said something about the World and the Ten of Pentacles kind of being the same thing, because we have to create the Ten of Pentacles in the world. And then you also have the Star with the Ten of Pentacles, the water pouring on to the world, flowing out, saying that the Ten of Pentacles is possible for you because other people have done it. So, there you go. With the Knight of Swords, yes, you have the Hermit. Yes, this is good as well because I said that you need to get out of Hermit mode. The Knight of Swords would kind of say that you're rushing out of Hermit mode, that you are leaving isolation. And I really feel that would be a very good thing for you, Gemini, to get out of isolation. With the Emperor, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity that you want to take advantage of. Again, the Emperor waits for an opportunity. When the opportunity presents itself, he takes it and he makes it happen. So if there are any big opportunities happening for you at this time, these are going to be things that you're going to want to grab onto. And again, it's with the Tower here, it's probably going to be something that moves you in a completely new direction, or maybe forces you to go back to the drawing board. And I know that can be a pain in the ass, but it'll be worth it, Gemini. You have this October card and this Wreath card. It says sorrow over a loss. I feel like some of you could have experienced a loss in October, and you could be thinking about it now. When you think about it, we started this retrograde craziness in November, right after October. So, again, retrogrades can make us think about the past. And you could be thinking about something that happened in October, but I feel like you are releasing it. You have this Throne card. It says position of authority. Jupiter and Gemini, Emperor as well. These Jupiter and Gemini wants you to glow, wants you to stand out, wants you to expand, wants you to be an authority. The Emperor wants you to take opportunities that could make you an authority, and I think that would be an amazing thing for you. You have this Archway card. It says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. You cannot make this up. This is what we're talking about. That Tower, I'm telling you, yes. That Tower is probably going to make you go back to the drawing board this month, April, right? I think it's going to be more than worth it. So again, I always think of like authors, right? It's like the dude who wrote Game of Thrones. He was writing a completely different book before he started writing Game of Thrones, right? So it's like he had to, that was his practice. The book before he started Game of Thrones was like his practice. After that, the next thing he worked on was the thing that made him famous, right? I'm not saying you're going to become famous, but what I'm saying is that maybe what you've been doing for a long time is practice, and now you're stepping into the real thing. And so embrace it. You have this Caterpillar card. It says things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yes, definitely big changes at this time. You have this Cracked Cup. It says dissatisfaction with life. I feel like a lot of people feel like this. I always say I like this card because sometimes I think dissatisfaction is a thing that motivates us to success. And that's probably what's happening for you. But this looks really good, Gemini. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.